it's Reagan and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a super exciting book haul, and it's not just any ordinary book haul, it is a book sale. Bookstore. I bought a bunch of books yesterday from Barnes & Noble on my way home from work. Book haul. And I'm actually partnering with Barnes & Noble for this video and for their epic sale. If you guys weren't aware, Barnes & Noble is currently doing a BN book haul epic book sale where they have thousands of titles online and in-store that are up to 50% off. So in honor of that, I picked up a bunch of books at a great deal and I'm really excited to show them off for you guys today. The sale is still going on. It's through the weekend, so I'll leave a link down below for you guys to check it out yourself. Seriously, grab these deals while you can because they are stellar, to be honest. But without further ado, let's chat about the books I picked up from the sale. The first book I picked up was Defy Me by Tahereh Mafi. This is the fifth book within the continuation of the Shatter Me series. This is a series that I really loved the original trilogy. I read the first three when they all came out. I definitely need to reread the first three books, but now I have books 4 and 5 and I'm really excited. I love Tahereh's writing. It's absolutely beautiful and this is like the perfect angsty YA series, and I feel like next time I'm feeling a little slumpy, it's something I can have on hand and immediately pick up because I know it's going to entertain me from page 1. But this is a kind of dystopian YA story that follows our main character who has a lethal touch. And in the first one, she's basically broken out of this prison and finds herself in the midst of this rebellion. It's super entertaining and has a great romance and also has some really beautiful moments in terms of the writing in this novel. It's very classic YA, but I'm really excited to have it. So when I saw it for such a good deal, I decided to pick it up because I know it's a series that I'm going to probably reread and marathon at the same time. Next novel I picked up is Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, and I've been meaning to pick up another book of hers for a long time because I love The Nightingale so much, so when I saw this on sale I really could not say no. And this is basically a story that spans over 3 decades of time and follows 2 women's friendship as it evolves throughout this time. The Nightingale was a story that I just loved so much because it was a story of 2 sisters and kind of them falling out but reconnecting within the backdrop of World War II. So I'm really excited to see this novel as well because I just feel like Kristen Hanna can write female relationships in such a beautiful way. So I really love that this is a story where we follow 2 girls growing up through time, and I'm just really excited about it. I feel like it's gonna be very emotional, and it's also set in the Pacific Northwest, which really intrigues me, so I am really pumped to have this. I'm sure I will cry my eyes out while reading it, so yay! Next novel I picked up is Archenemies by Marissa Mayer. This is book 2 to the Renegades series. I read Renegades early this past year and it was a novel that I liked but didn't love. During my review though, I had a lot of comments telling me that the sequel was even better than the first one, really expanded on the world and the characters, which really intrigued me, so that's kind of always been living in the back of my mind. So when I saw it on sale, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should give this series another try. People really love it, and I really love the superpower elements of this story, so that's why I decided to pick this up. But basically, this is set in a world where superheroes exist, and the world was kind of been turned upside down by this manifestation of superpowers. Essentially, when people gained a bunch of power, anarchy kind of ensued, but then a group of heroes banded together and kind of brought order and reason back to this world. But now they're actually in control of the government. They are the ruling bodies. So we follow one character who is the son of the 2 leaders within this hero society, and then a girl who's kind of part of this underground anarchist movement. The powers are really interesting. I really did like the character dynamics, but I wanted a bit more growth within the world. Again, I heard that is a thing in this sequel, so I decided to pick it up and see for myself. But yeah, I also just love the covers of these books. I know that shouldn't be why I buy something, but they're just so good. Next novel I grabbed was Aru Shaw and the Song of Death. This is a middle grade series that I just know I'm gonna love, and one that I really am trying to prioritize in the fall winter. It's a sequel to Aru Shaw and the End of Time, and it's basically a Hindu mythology story, which also just sounds super intriguing. It's part of the Rick Riordan Presents series, which is all about mythology in different areas of the world. I obviously love Rick Riordan, grew up with the Percy Jackson series, and I'm a huge middle grade fantasy fan. I just find it so like heartwarming and relaxing, and I'm coming up on the end of the middle grade series I've been reading throughout this year, so I know I'm gonna want something new to pick up once that is the case. So I feel like this would be a perfect contender, so I really wanted to have books 1 and 2 on hand. I know this book is gonna be full of adventure, humor, and all around just be super entertaining, so I'm really excited to now have the second one on hand, and it's the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, which means I think it has like extra illustrations and maybe some bonus content, so love that as well. The book I have for you guys might be a bit of a surprise, and that is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. This is obviously like one of the most popular books of the year on BookTube, but it is the first book to a continuation series set in the Grisha universe. I'm not sure if you guys know this about me, but I did read the Grisha trilogy and I didn't love it, but I read it a really long time ago, and I feel like recently I've been rereading a lot of series, giving series a second chance, and kind of like falling in love with them in ways that I didn't appreciate the first time around. That being said, with the Grisha trilogy in mind, I am wanting to reread it to see if I like it more the second time, with just new perspective and new context. This was definitely spurred on by the release of King of Scars because everyone loves this book so much. I also love all of Leigh Bardugo's other books, so I just feel like I need to give it another shot. So again, I am planning on rereading it, so I figured why not just pick up this book, it was a good deal. And I don't know, the Grisha series is set in this kind of like Russian-inspired dark world where there's like gray morality characters. I feel like it has a lot of pieces that I would like, so I'm interested to see how it goes, but I'm also really excited about King of Scars, so I wanted to grab it. But yeah, catch me on that Grisha trilogy reread. Coming to you soon. The next book might be the book I'm most excited about in this entire haul, and that is Black Leopard Red Wolf by Marlon James. Marlon James is a super famous author. He's an award-winning author and an author I've been wanting to read for a long time. His other book that he's really well known for is literary fiction, and just not a genre I pick up that often, but when I saw he was coming out with a fantasy book, I was like, yes, this is it. Gonna definitely try to pick that up and read it. But just the blurbs of this book sound incredible. The reviews have been amazing. It just sounds dark, mysterious, and just everything I love. But this is said to be myth, fantasy, and history merged in this stunning novel following a mercenary in a search for a missing child. Additionally, Neil Gaiman's quote on the back is just like, how could you not want to pick up this book after reading this? He says, it's the kind of novel I never realized was missing until I read it. Dangerous, hallucinatory, ancient Africa, as well realized as any Tolkien-made story. I mean, my God. So this just sounds incredible. I love that it's set in Africa. I've read a few African-inspired fantasy stories over the past couple years, and I've really enjoyed every single one. So basically what I'm trying to say, I'm really excited to read this book. I feel like it's going to be incredible, and just kind of like a new, unique story within the fantasy world. So, pumped. Next I have Ask Again, Yes, which is a contemporary literary fiction story which I believe is set in suburban America, which is kind of my weakness when it comes to literary fiction. I just love like families that are normal, being all drama to each other. I'm here for it. This basically follows two families that are neighbors, and you basically follow them and through their connection of two children who become best friends, and then ultimately a tragedy that befalls both households. And then I believe the story also spans the time of 4 decades. Again, suburban drama. I'm sure this will be very emotional, very interesting. I'm intrigued. Also, reviews for this book are really, really strong, so curious to see my feelings on it as well. And the last book I picked up is The Disasters by PC Cast and Kristen Cash. So if you weren't aware, PC Cast wrote a very famous series of books that were very popular in the Twilight era called the House of Night series, which I definitely read in middle school, but I've been kind of on this like paranormal fantasy kick. So I thought, you know, I gave Jennifer L. Armentrout another try, and I've been really enjoying that, so maybe it's time for me to give PC Cast another try. And this is a new paranormal fantasy series. It has illustrations, which could be an interesting addition. I'm not sure, but I figured because it was on sale, like, it would be something I would be more willing to give a shot at. Basically, we follow a girl who lives in a small town who wishes she was normal, but she's not because she can control like the weather, very Storm from X-Men situation, and I'm sure she runs into a mysterious guy and they collide and it changes their world forever. Again, dramatic paranormal fantasy. I like to have it on hand. It's been like my cure-all for reading slumps, which I have been kind of in and out of the past few months, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So I'm excited to have this as well. Alright guys, those are all of the books I picked up from the BN book haul sale. Again, I'll have a link to the sale down below for you to check out if you're interested. But I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you soon with another one soon. Goodbye!